You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello and welcome to episode 248 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Soul Forge podcast where we talk about life, the universe, and everything. And this week, we're going to be talking about the fact that I've been home for a month now. And I'm going to talk a little bit about TikTok and the rabbit hole that I have fallen down there. It's a lot of fun and a lot of excitement. Are you ready? All right. Remember, soulforgepodcast.com, and we're everywhere on all the podcast apps. So that little introduction was also part of a TikTok video that I just did because I have really fallen down the whole rabbit hole of TikTok and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that in just a moment. Let's see here. Okay, so back up. Let's back the train up here. I've got my light ring. I've got the phone. Just recorded that introduction. I'm going to make that a part of a TikTok video in just a moment once I'm done talking to you guys and girls out there in podcast land. But what's been happening? Well, as I am recording this, the date is May 3rd, 2022, and I moved back home to Sault Ste. Marie April 3rd, 2022. So I've now been here exactly a month, and has it been a good move? Has it been a bad move? Was it the best decision? The worst decision? Is it a mediocre decision? Hard to say, really. It's only been a month. But this week on the Soul Forge, I don't have a guest. I might next week. I might not. But I figured I'd go ahead and see what I could do here, and let's make it happen. So I got here April 3rd. Started work April 4th. Worked that week. I was off for 2 weeks. And then I went back and worked another week. That was last week. And being off for 2 weeks.
2 weeks!
2 weeks is brutal because your body gets so used to walking, and then you stop, and then you're dead tired and sore. And so from Monday to Thursday of last week, I went to bed early, and my legs were sore, my shins were sore, even my hips were sore. And my hips have never been sore before, but maybe it's because I'm getting old. I don't know. And so this is the second week of full work after the vacation. What's been going on? Well, flyer bombardment. Back in Timmins, I think I probably had the best route in town because there was very little flyers, the land was very flat, and now here I am in Sault Ste. Marie, and I'm getting flyers every day. There's a lot of hills, a lot of people with stairs, and then their mailboxes are at the top of the stairs, where it wasn't like that too much before in Timmins. So I don't like it. 26,000 steps on average every day. It's a little bit tiring, a little bit exhausting, way more work than I'm used to. And they do things here differently. Back in Timmins, we would start our routes at 8 o'clock. We would sort, and then we'd head out and deliver the mail about around 9:30 or so. Here, what we do is come in. Sometimes you come in at 8, and the next week you come in at 9. Because they don't want everybody in the building at the same time because of COVID. So half the people start at 8, half the people start at 9, and the next week you switch over. But what they do here in the Sioux is they sort the mail at the end of the day. So the mail is a day behind. So on a Monday, you're delivering the mail that you sorted in Friday afternoon. And the only thing you do in the mornings is put in your parcels, like the scannable parcels, and then you tie out, and then you go deliver, and then you come back and sort for the next day, and then that's it. So it's a little bit weird, and I think they're only doing that for the COVID times, and we're still wearing masks in the building, and it's exhausting. But got to be safe and all that kind of fun stuff. And do I like my new route? I don't have anything to compare it to here in town. Everybody says it's an okay route. I think it's right in the middle. For anybody local to Sault Ste. Marie, it's in the Pea Patch. All the street names start with P. So what have I got? I've got Pentagon and Pelican and what's the other one? Princeton and Princess and Palace, and there's a bunch more. Anyway, do I like it? I don't know. I'm still getting used to it. It's taken a while, but I guess it's okay. I'm surviving. That's the main thing. So what else has been happening? Well, you know what? Let's play a promo for another podcast here on the ESO network, and then we'll figure that out.
Winter is coming. Prepare with a fine cigar and listen to the Cigar Nerds podcast. We smoke cigars and talk about movies and all kind of nerdy things. Available at cigarnerdpodcast.com. Also on the ESO network at esonetwork.com.
All right, how was that for a promo? Wasn't that amazing? I don't know what I put in there, but you'll probably love that podcast, because why wouldn't you? So yeah. So where was I? Was I complaining about work? No, I was just making observations about how things are different, and I guess that's okay. Oh, I don't have a parking spot here at the Sioux post office. It took me 11 years to get enough seniority in Timmins to get a parking spot at the post office. But now we have to park at the mall, at the old Sears parking lot here in town. I guess a few people have parking spots, but there's not enough room for everybody. That seems to be a common thing with all the post offices that I've had to deal with. There's not enough parking spots for all the employees. So first come, first serve, or make do. I don't know. Anyway, that's beside the point. The Sears is just half a block away. And actually, Sears doesn't exist anymore, so that's why we're allowed to park there. Just half the mall is empty. And that seems to be a common occurrence pretty much everywhere. All the brick and mortar stores are just disappearing because where everybody's online. And what did I just do? I just ordered a tent and a sleeping bag from Amazon, because on the May long weekend, my brother Curtis said, let's go camping. And he's been asking me for 10 or 15 years to go camping, just like he asked me for about 10 years to go hiking, and I finally went there 7 or 8 years ago. So this year I'm going to go camping with him and his buddies, because he's been asking me forever, and I'm in town, so I can now. So that'll be a thing. And I've wanted to get my own camping supplies for quite a while. I used to go all the time as a kid, so should be fine, should be fun. I remember when I was depressed in the fall and I started getting a bunch of supplies for the end of the world. Well, I think I have a good amount of supplies, like emergency lighting and that kind of stuff. So should be okay. I don't know. I guess I can let you know after it's been done and I survived that weekend. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, so let's talk about TikTok. Now, as you all know, I've been on TikTok for about 2.5 weeks because Brother Robin said, join TikTok, because they are running a promotion, and if you sign up with the link that I'm going to send you, I'll get a $25 gift card. So I did, and over the next 4 days, once I signed up, if I answered a one-question survey, then I would get points, and I get the $25 gift card as well. So that's great. That's fantastic. What else? So I've gone down the rabbit hole of TikTok pretty much. Last Friday, I just did a quick 15-second video. It was one of those things where I was just feeling funny. I was actually delivering the mail, and I just said, I need to do a TikTok, because apparently in your first month you're supposed to do between 1 and 3 videos a day just to get the momentum going. So there's my phone making weird noises. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, so I did a 15-second video saying, "Hey, do you like working in all kinds of weather? Do you want a good government job? Do you like being barked at by dogs and getting rained on? Then apply to Canada Post." But I had forgotten that the video was only set for 15 seconds, and so instead of saying apply to Canada Post, I said apply to Canada, and then it cut off. And I posted it anyway. I was going to redo it, but I didn't, and I hashtagged it and all kinds of stuff. And that was Friday. It's now Tuesday, and it's still being liked by all kinds of people. And the last time I checked, I was at 81,000 views and 700 or 800 likes and dozens of comments. A lot of negative comments, a lot of positive comments. Is that going viral? Did I go viral? I think I did, because I'm almost at 100,000 views. I've only got 200 and some followers. And most of my videos are in the 300 view range. Some are at 2,000 or 3,000, but 81,000 views in 5 days. That's absolutely crazy. I don't know. I don't know why it's resonating with people, but it's making the rounds, and I've made bunch more videos since then, and they're not doing nearly as well. So I don't know. If I could get that many people to listen to the podcast, that would be friggin' amazing. Instead of 50 to 70 listens per episode. Obviously, some have had way more than that, but wow, like it's crazy. So what do? I've fallen down the TikTok rabbit hole, which I said I would never do, but it's a huge time suck, and it's fun. All kinds of crazy different things. If you're on TikTok, you can follow me, Soul Forge Podcast. That's my handle, obviously. I figured I would put that out there to get more listens to the actual podcast. I don't know if it's happening or not, but maybe. So we'll see. But yeah, so lots of fun, all kinds of different things, a lot of positivity out there, a lot of sexual innuendos and that kind of thing. But yeah, it's kind of like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube all rolled into one, because there's a little bit more interaction. It's more immediate. You can post things right away. You can add stickers and voice effects and funny video effects and all kinds of stuff. I'm only just learning because it's only been a couple weeks, but yeah, I'm enjoying it despite myself. So there's that. Oh, Richard from Australia has been leaving a few good comments, and I wanted to take a moment to thank him for that. I've responded to them, and he always has such long, involved comments, and really makes me think. So I appreciate that. I always feel bad because I don't send quite the level of detailed responses as he does to his initial comments, but I like reading them. It's a lot of fun. And one day I'd like to get Richard on the show. We were going to do something a while back, but life happens and we never have. But Richard, if you want to, let me know and we'll figure something out. I think we have like a 12-hour time difference, so that'll take some getting used to and set up and whatever, but we'll figure it out. What else? The Etsy shop. I haven't been putting too many things on Rusted Robot Toys on Etsy. A few things. Still getting 1 or 2 orders a week, usually. So that's good. This past weekend I was at Vintage Games and Junk, and there was 3 vendors, and we tried to sell the stuff in the back room, and I made about $45 in 2 sales. So it was a very bad, poor turnout. Nobody really knew about the back room. I guess it wasn't very well advertised, but they are having a NerdCon the July long weekend, so I might sign up for that and put out some more things for sale and try to get rid of more collectibles, because like I said before, it's time to not grow up, but get rid of so much stuff. I don't need it anymore. It used to define me. I think I talked about that with Curtis last week. The things define you, but the things don't love you. So there's that, and that's okay. Is this a short episode? I don't even know. It feels like it might be a little bit short because there's not too much to talk about. And I was woken up at 4 a.m. because I'm in the room above the garage. And for whatever reason, the radio turned on, but I didn't know it was the radio. I thought somebody was listening to the TV at 4 a.m. really loud. So I didn't get a good night's sleep. Sleep interruptus, I guess. But whatever. It's fine. Everything's okay. I'm in a fairly decent mood. The weather has been holding fairly nicely. There's no snow here anymore. Just the big piles from when you plow and whatever, covered in dirt, so the sun has a hard time getting to it. But it's in the positive degrees, the temperature is good, it hasn't been raining on me really. So I don't really have much to complain about. Not that I want to complain, because what's the point of that? There's no point of that. But yeah, this is just a little bit of a quick update to let y'all know what's happening. This weekend, Doctor Strange 2 comes out, and on Thursday is the second season finale of Star Trek Picard and the series premiere of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So it's a good week, lots to look forward to. I hope you guys all take care of yourselves and each other. And other than that, what's going on? Not a whole heck of a lot. I just wanted to reach out to you. Hope you're all doing well. If you have any ideas for podcast topics, that would be good, because episode 250 is coming up, and that's a huge one. So if you want to leave a comment or an MP3, send me some kind of something or other. It's soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. So anyway, that's all for now. Take care of everything out there, and hope you have a great week. And until next time, remember, I've never seen any life transformation that didn't begin with the person finally getting tired of their own bullshit. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
Chris. I need you back, Captain.
No matter how many stars there are in the sky, no matter how many galaxies swirl beyond our own, no matter what the mathematical probabilities or the number of times we say, we are not alone in the universe. Our first visit from the stars is always the province of children's stories and science fiction. Until one day, it isn't.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.